Located just 50 kilometres west of Albany is the charming town of Denmark. Originally known as Koorabup, place of the black swan, the town was later named after Dr. Alexander Denmark in 1839. The town is located at the foot of Mt Shadforth, beside the Denmark River. Wilson Inlet and the nearby coast offer visitors swimming, fishing, surfing and terrific photo opportunities. The town lies across the Denmark River, and carefully maintained parks lend the town an ideal setting. It's one of the most beautiful and popular towns on the south coast. One of the town's more unusual attractions was a bandstand located on the riverbank with the seating for listeners on the opposite side of the river. The acoustics of the bandstand were set up so that the quality of sound that travelled across the river was excellent. In 2019, the bandstand was deemed to be unsafe and was demolished in 2020. The coastal scenery around Denmark is what attracts most people to the area. The waterfall at Madfish Bay, Greens Pool and Ocean Beach just outside the town are three of the many magnificent spectacles that await visitors. The area was first sighted by Europeans in 1627 by the Dutch ship Gulden Zeepaert. British explorers, led by Surgeon Thomas Wilson, visited the area in 1829. Wilson had passed the Denmark coast many times, as he oversaw the health of convicts on transport ships heading for Tasmania. Wilson's exploration of the area happened almost by accident, as the ship he was returning to England in was wrecked in the Torres Strait. Wilson and the other survivors were rescued by the brig Amity and brought to Fremantle. From there he boarded the Governor Phillip, which was bound for Sydney. The ship ran aground in King George Sound and was in the area for about 3 weeks. It was during this enforced stay that Wilson, with others, came ashore and explored the area. Following Wilson's reports about the area, it was explored again, first by Captain Barker and then by Captain Bannister in 1831. Bannister named William Bay, Edward Point and Parry Inlet after Captain William Edward Parry, an Arctic explorer whom he admired. Near the turn of the century, a timber mill was established to provide sleepers for the Great Southern Railway. It was set up by Charles and Edwin Miller, and operations started near the beginning of 1896. Demand for timber was such that mills even operated at night by the light of kerosene lamps. Up to 25,000 superfeet of timber were produced daily. Some of the local carry timber was exported to London and used as road paving. Soon, orders for the timber were coming in from all over the world, and by 1900 there were 3 mills producing some 90,000 superfeet of timber a day. A railway linked the town to Albany, and the timber company built some 45 miles of tramways to transport timber. The millers tried to keep Denmark a dry town with a ban on alcohol, except for special occasions. This led to an illicit trade where whisky brought in at Albany for 5 shillings a bottle was sold in Denmark for a 400% markup. Good quality milling timber ran out after only 10 years. Once the mills closed in 1905, very few people remained in the area. By 1906, the town was abandoned except for a caretaker, a Mr. Thompson, who was employed to keep an eye on the company's property. The government purchased the remaining buildings for £50,000, and the town struggled on for many years. It was another group settlement town after World War I, but success did not arrive for the area until after World War II. Much of the infrastructure and buildings in the area was destroyed by a huge bushfire in 1937, but thankfully there was no loss of life. The railway ceased to operate in 1957, and it was not until the area became a popular tourist destination during the summer months that any real increase in population was evident.